Hello, sixth graders, and welcome to your spelling class for the third trimester 2020. This is module number 1. And in this module, we're going to be working on the difference in pronunciation when you're going from the present tense to the past tense. This is extremely important, especially for regular verbs. And that's what we're going to be working on. How the pronunciation of a verb changes when you add ed. Okay, now a few things that you need to understand before we do this. First of all, again, like I said, I'm super proud of all of you. You've been doing really good work. Good job. Secondly, when you send me your audio recordings with your assignment, please speak slowly. I have noticed that some of you want to just rattle off the words quickly, and that's one of the reasons why you're losing points. Because when you're going too quickly, you don't pronounce properly. So be slow. Go really, really slowly and pronounce each word properly. Next thing, pay attention to the video. I know. Some of you know a lot of English and good for you. But the fact that we know how to speak a language doesn't mean that we know everything about the language. I've been speaking English since I was born, and sometimes I still need to check Google. I still need to check my dictionary. I still need to ask, okay? So don't feel that since you know this, you're just gonna say it without watching the video. Just, you forward it to the assignment and you do it. Don't do that, because a lot of you are losing points on really silly things. Next thing, when you send me your audio, remember what I told you. No, good morning, teacher, and now I'm going to tell you that no, we don't do that. All I want you to say is, hello, teacher, my name is Mary Johnson, and then you go immediately into the word. Don't give me an introduction, okay? Hello, teacher, my name is Mary Johnson, number 1, blah, blah, blah. Number 2, blah, 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 okay? Don't tell me what you're gonna do. I know what you're gonna do. I told you to do it. So don't give me that little introduction, because I'm gonna have to start taking off points for doing that, because the instruction is, do not give me the little introduction. Just hello and tell me your name and go right into the words. Okay, so always double check. Even if you think you know how to say something, please double check. Some of you are losing points on the silliest little things because you think you know. Sometimes you think you know and you don't really know. Okay, so let me share my screen with you and let's get right into this, because this is super interesting. So in English, when we're changing a verb from the present tense into the past tense, speaking about regular verbs, sometimes or always the pronunciation of the verb is going to change. The way the ED is pronounced is going to depend on the last letter of the root verb. And what is the root verb? The verb in the present tense, in the verb in infinitive. That's the root verb. So let's look at the examples. I gave you 4 examples here. Let's look at the first one. The first root verb is ask. The past tense, PT stands for past tense, the past tense will be asked. You just add ED. But how do you really pronounce this? You pronounce it asked, like as if it has a little T at the end, okay? That's how you pronounce it, asked. You do not say asked. That would be incorrect. Ask, asked, okay? Got it? Good. The next one is grab. And of course, if you add the ED, and there's a little rule for this, you add an extra consonant, but we're gonna leave that rule for some other time. So grab, and the past tense would be grabbed. Grabbed, not grabbed, grabbed. That's why it's really important for you to go slowly and to pronounce the letters that need to be pronounced properly. The next example, paint. And when we're saying this in the past tense, we say painted or painted. Any of the 2 work, painted or painted. They work. However you want to say it between those 2, painted or painted. And the last one, the last example is bud. And when I'm changing this into the past tense, I add another consonant and I say butted, butted, butted. So notice that in the last two examples, I pronounced the ED. Whenever the root verb ends in the letter D or the letter T, you have to pronounce the ED. All the other times you make a T or D sound. Okay, so ask, asked, grab, grabbed, paint, painted, bud, budded. And so these are the words that you are going to pronounce. You're going to send me an audio, and in that audio, you're going to read each of these words as slowly as possible and as clearly as possible. Okay? So let's go. Add, added, bet, betted, visit, visited, act, acted, accept, accepted, chat, chatted, snore, snored, smoke, smoked, study, studied, talk, talked, travel, traveled, use, used. One more time. Add, added, bet, betted, visit, visited, act, acted, accept, accepted, chat, chatted, snore, snored, smoke, smoked, study, studied, talk, talked, travel, traveled, use, used. Now, we're not going to go into the little rules of when you just add D, when you change the Y to IED, when you add an extra consonant. We're not going to get into those right now. We want to focus first on how they're pronounced. So in your audio, you're going to tell me, hello, teacher. My name is Mary Wilkinson. Add, added, bet, betted, visit, visited, act, acted, accept, accepted, chat, chatted, snore, snored, smoke, smoked, study, studied, talk, talked, travel, traveled, use, used. That's your audio assignment, okay? Remember, if you have to listen to this, to watch this 2 or 3 times, do that. Don't worry. Everybody, whether you're a native speaker or not, sometimes we need to check and double check and ask questions, okay? So that's your 6th grade spelling assignment. Have fun with it and see you next time. Bye-bye.